The NFL draft is just a couple of days away, or who knows by the time that this video comes out, maybe a day away. So it's time for me to try to predict the madness that is the NFL draft. So now, the first team that is on the clock is the Arizona Cardinals, and now the consensus is that the Cardinals are taking Kyler Murray. For months now, this has been who they who the Cardinals are allegedly drafting. It's Cliff Kingsbury loves Kyler Murray and he's going to make sure he gets him, no matter if they have Josh Rosen, who they just drafted and traded up to get last year. They're going to get Kyler Murray. I think that he's going to be a Cardinal, even if you have articles at the last minute coming out. Well, maybe the Cardinals aren't 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that they are. At this point, anything that comes out during draft season is all a smokescreen. Yeah, maybe this Kyler Murray stuff doesn't end up happening. Maybe it does. At the end of the day, we don't know. Cardinals, I think, go with Kyler Murray. I think that they want this type of excitement. They want to put butts in seats, and I think picking Kyler Murray does that for them. Number two, my San Francisco 49ers. Um, I've thought about this, about who I wanted them to draft. I think that the 49ers' biggest needs are uh, pass rusher, cornerback, or wide receiver. Last year, the defense was all right. The run defense was really good, but we struggled at putting pressure the um, on the opponent's quarterback. And also, there was times where teams threw all over us, and I feel like we need to get Jimmy G another weapon. So, I could see them trading out of this spot, especially if maybe the Cardinals go somewhere else with this pick. If they decide not to take Kyler Murray, I could see that shaking things up. I could see the 49ers deciding to trade out of the pick regardless. Um, but if it all stays the same, I have the 49ers taking Nick Bosa. He adds the pass rush. I think at that point he'd be the best available player on the board. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers taking Nick Bosa. Next, the New York Jets. The Jets have decided to make some moves. Um, they tried adding their defense by adding Anthony Barr. That didn't really work out for them as he decided to stay with the Vikings. So I have them taking another outside linebacker. I have them taking Josh Allen. Um, you know, he's a pass rusher. Everyone's looking for their pass rusher now. Jets go with Josh Allen out of Kentucky. Next, the Oakland Raiders. Raiders have a couple of picks in the first round. They could go a lot of ways with this stuff. There's thoughts about them going after Kyler Murray, maybe trading up, or if Kyler Murray falls to them, they take him. That seems to be the only scenario where the Raiders take a quarterback. So I don't think they'll take a quarterback. Even if a guy like Dwayne Haskins on the board, I think that if they don't get Kyler Murray, um, I don't really think they're gonna go after Kyler Murray. In my opinion, I don't think that's the guy they're looking for. I think they have their guy in Derek Carr. Um, so I have the Raiders taking Quinnen Williams to add to their defense. Next, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers need help defensively. Now, um, I'm not a big mock draft guy. I don't do a lot of analysis. I don't, try to figure out who my team is picking, in September, because people are like, who do you think your guy's gonna take? And it's barely week two. It's like I don't know. I watch some college football. I don't watch enough. I know who the main guys are, but I don't know who enough guys are. And I don't know what every single team needs. I especially don't know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are. I don't watch Buccaneers football. Um, but I'm gonna have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take a cornerback. I have them taking Greedy Williams. Next, the New York Giants. They're gonna get a quarterback. They need to have that guy for the foreseeable future. Eli Manning obviously is that guy. Uh, um, you know, I have them taking Dwayne Haskins. I think he could sit behind Eli Manning if he needs to, and I think he can also step in and play if he has to. Next, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You have Nick Foles. Let's get him a weapon. Um, Go after DK Metcalf, who is built. Um, he's just cut up. He is in very, very good shape. Next, you have the Detroit Lions. I have them going defense with Matt Patricia as their head coach. They go after Montez Sweat, who was a bit of a combine warrior. At number 9, the Buffalo Bills. I have them going defense. I have them going with Jeffrey Simmons. 11. No, that's a lie. 10. The Denver Broncos. They just added Joe Flacco. Let's give him a weapon. The Denver Broncos will take TJ Hawkinson out of Iowa. Iowa's going to have 2 tight ends, and they might in this draft, and they might both go in the first round. Who knows? Next, Cincinnati Bengals. I have them taking Rashawn Gary out of Michigan, adding to their defense. 12, the Green Bay Packers. Their defense has, they've been slowly but surely adding to that defense. I see them going with a linebacker. I have them going Devin White. At the 13th pick, the Miami Dolphins. They need a quarterback. They let go of Ryan Tannehill. I have them going with Drew Lock. Although it seems like, he's a guy who may need to sit back and, gain knowledge that way instead of getting thrown into the fire right away. And he might still, but but you would probably say the Dolphins don't have that guy. But you never know. I still have them taking Drew Lock. At 14, the Atlanta Falcons. Let's add to that defense that was very banged up last year. I had them taking Ed Oliver. 15, the Washington Redskins. Let's protect our quarterback so guys like Alex Smith don't get injured. Let's protect let's protect the quarterbacks over there in Washington. I have them taking Jonah Williams. At 16, the Carolina Panthers. If Cam Newton's healthy enough, let's get him a weapon. If he's not, let's get whoever's going to play in his place, give him a weapon. Go get Marquise Brown out of Oklahoma. 17, the New York Giants are once again on the clock. I have them taking Dexter Lawrence, adding that defense. At 18, the Minnesota Vikings. I have them going offensive line. I have them going Andrew Dillard. 19, the Tennessee Titans. I have them going defense and adding Devin Bush. 20, Steelers. They need to get themselves another receiver. They could go a lot of different ways, but I feel like, hey, let's add a receiver. They just lost Antonio Brown. Paris Campbell. At 21, the Seattle Seahawks. I have them adding to their defense. I have them taking Christian Wilkins. At 22, the Ravens. Let's protect Lamar Jackson. I have them going with Garrett Bradbury. 23, the Houston Texans. Let's add to that running game. Go get Josh Jacobs. 24, the Oakland Raiders once again off the bat. I have them taking Kellen Farrell at Clemson. 25, the Eagles. Add to that defense. Go DeAndre Baker. Colts. Get a weapon for Andrew Luck. Go get a guy to pair alongside T.Y. Hilton. Go get A.J. Brown. Raiders once again up on the clock. Now let's go and add to the offensive line. I have them taking Jawan Taylor. 28, the Chargers. I have them going defense. Jerry Tillery. 29, the Seahawks, who got the Chiefs pick after they traded Kenny Clark. Let's try to replace Kenny Clark. Go get Brian Burns. 30, Packers. They'll go offensive line. Eric McCoy. 31, Rams offensive line. Dalton Rinzer. And at 32, the New England Patriots. They just lost Rob Gronkowski. Let's go at a tight end. Noah Fant, and that's me trying to predict the badness that is the NFL draft. I don't think I'll get a single one of these picks right, with the exception maybe the Kyler Murray prediction. That might actually, come out to be true, but you never know. Teams trade, teams decide to do things completely different than how we end up predicting them. and this is my 2019 NFL mock draft